baseball team, and we will be taking on the Braves in for opening day and our home opener as well. So let's hope that we can take the dub, even though we went 0-27 in our spring training games. Hopefully we finally win. We have some pretty cool jerseys. I will go that, kind of just go for that light blue look. We'll have Tommy Sisk be our opening day starter. Don't think it really matters who we play outside of that, but in case you were wondering, first base we have Pete Cardenas. Second we have Darren Donald. Third we have Dave Constanzo. Shortstop we have Charles Rocker. And then for left field we have Mario Escobar. Center field is Al Moss. Right field is Alvaro Rodriguez. And our catcher will be Alexis Tejada. And Tommy Sisk will be batting ninth. So let's go ahead and start this game up. And I realize that the commentators will be on, so I will pause it as quickly as possible. But Adam Wainwright, I believe, is in the 90 overalls in this game. So I think the Cardinals won the year before this. Or this year? Not too sure, though. But Sisk is definitely up for a big challenge for his first ever start on opening day. His first start is an opening day start. That is pretty crazy. I haven't seen the Braves roster by any means, but I've just seen their 3 pitchers, and I'm worried, to say the least. Let's go ahead and pause this game. I don't want to hear them. Alright, let's go ahead and... So, Eric Ibar is their starter. There's their leadoff hitter, which is already not good for us. Audio, here we go. Matt Vescursion, yeah. Go ahead and hush yourself up.
Hi everybody, this is Steve Lyons.
Same for you. And let's go ahead and, yeah, go ahead and shh. Alright, PA volume. Turn the music down a little bit. Sound effects we can have up. Crowd volume. We can have that up. Music reverb. Okay. Alright, so apply changes. And with that being said, we are starting this game off. Eric Ibar, their starting shortstop, will be their leadoff hitter, as Sisk is already up for a big day. Sisk with the windup, and that will be a bunt, as he will be forced to make a play here, and he is really slow to throw that, but he is called out, as that is our first out of the season, and Sisk gets the first out as a major league pitcher. As you can see, that's our lineup that I went over just a little bit ago, and they should be showing the lineup for the Braves here soon, as Charlie Blackmon is going to be their starting center fielder, as that is going to likely lead to some problems, as this is a righty versus lefty matchup here, as that will be fouled off here, as Sisk is now ahead in the count. Sisk with the windup, and that will be called strike, as he's not going to have very much of anything in the way of stuff, velocity, control, as this will be up the third base line, as he's going to round a second, as that will be a double, and he is already starting the season off well against us. As that looked very questionable, as that looked like that hit foul first, but indeed it will be still fair no matter what, as Jay Bruce is their right fielder, as I don't like this lineup, as they are already giving us some trouble, as that will be a strike, and 0-1 count. And that's going to be a wild pitch, as Blackmon will advance to third, and that's what we're going to be seeing a lot of, as it is now a 1-1 count. as that will be ruled a passed ball. As Bruce will line this one, as they will not try to go home, and that will be the second out, and that will now be 2 outs down with Blackman still on third. Carlos Quinton is going to be their left fielder and their fourth hitter, their cleanup spot, as that's going to be a high fastball for a ball. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Fisk, because he was a low round for us, even though he's our opening day starter. And that's going to be a strike here, right down the middle. That could have been clobbered if we weren't careful there. As it's going to be a 2-1 count, as this is going to be fouled off, making it a 2-2 count. I really like kind of how Sisk is handling this game so far. It's definitely good to see from our opening day starter, as he's going to wind up with the fastball here, as that's going to be fouled off. He's had a very low amount of pitches, 12 to this point, which is really good, as this will be fouled off yet again. I'm really kind of worried about how our offense is going to play, as this will be hit over to our second baseman, and that will be the third out, as we go our first ever inning scoreless, and we only allowed 1 hit that whole inning, which is very impressive, to be honest. I was actually kind of expecting us to allow a little bit more than that. Let's see who... oh wait, it's Adam Wainwright. But here's our starting lineup that we already know, so we don't need to go over that too much. As you can see, Adam Wainwright is warming up because he's the opening day starter for the Braves. If you weren't here for the first episode, this is a this was a fantasy draft, because that was the lineup there, and I did not even look at that. But our leadoff hitter is Darren Donald, our second baseman, and this is his first ever at-bat in a Major League game. Wainwright with the windup, and we're going to hit this, and just like that, we're going to start off with an out, and I thought that was going to bloop in there, and so did Darren Donald, as that will be our first out, and Jay Bruce made the catch. Up to bat now, we have Pete Cardenas, who was also a late round draft pick for us, but also made the starting rosters. That's going to be called a ball, as that was very generous. And as it says there, Wainwright enters this game with 99 career victories. So definitely something to look out for here, as we will play spoiler to getting win number 100 against him, as he will hit this, and that is going to be called fair, and just like that, that's going to be our first base hit of the season, and that will be the first of Pete's career as well, and hopefully many more to come, as he's starting off the season 1 for 1, which is always great to see. To bat now, we have Al Moss, who's coming with some swagger, with some glasses and no gloves. Hopefully he can take that swagger and get a hit for us, as Wainwright's going to throw a curveball here, which is a nasty curveball, which is not something that I really want to be going up against, and that will be called a strike, making it an 0-1 count. And he's going to get a hit here, as that is Al Moss's first career hit, as we are going to get the longest single ever, as that is Al Moss's first Major League hit, as it shows there on the little reader board. So up to bat, we have Dave Costanzo, as he is also looking to get his first base hit, as this is a team full of rookies and likely full of mistakes. As that's going to be a swing and a miss from another nasty curveball, as that's just, we can't be having nasty curveballs and swing and misses, really, as that's going to be a high fastball, as that's going to be a swing and a miss, as that is now 0-2 for the batter. As that will be fouled off here, making it 0-2. Our hopeful goal is to slow down Wainwright as much as possible. I know it's not going to be easy, as this will be hit towards center field, and that is a catch for the center fielder, and that will be the second out, as we really thought that that was going to be a base hit, and that would have been so nice to see. But in fact, it went just a little bit too far, and the center fielder was able to get there. Up to bat now, we have Mario Escobar. Yet again, same story as the previous batters. He's looking for his first base hit, as he's going to look at a low cutter there for a ball. As of right now, we actually have more hits than the Braves, which I feel like is likely to change here. That's going to be a high sinker, which you don't see that too often, as that's going to be a 2-0 count now for this batter. But we want to slow down Wainwright as much as possible, kind of take advantage of everything, as that's going to be called a strike. As they say, he broke his wrists, and that will be a 2-1 count now, as this is going to be fouled off, and that will be now a 2-2 count, as we're down to our last strike of this inning. And that will be fouled off, as Escobar is having a decent at bat. So he's probably the only person to get in contact with a curveball from Wainwright, as this is going to be soared towards center field, and the center fielder will run over there and make the catches. Blackman has been great on defense to this point for the Braves. To bat now, we have Adam Lind. As you can see there, those are his numbers from last year. 23 homers, 67 RBIs. Definitely more of a power hitter, so we kind of have to pitch away from him, as that's going to be a fastball from Fisk, making it an 0-1 count. A lot of our strengths rely on what could be, and what I mean by that is potential. And I was saying that in our last episode, is potential. Fisk with the windup here, is he's going to get it hit towards the shortstop, and that will be a ground out, and that will be the first out of this inning. This team kind of relies a lot of the future, as Chris Johnson's up to bat now for the first time this game, as Sisk is going to wind up here, and he's going to throw it, and that will be a ball on the fastball there. We have a bunch of A potential players. Hopefully they can kind of kick in and kind of get a higher overall, as that's a wild pitch there, as that will be a 2-0 count now. But as of right now, I definitely see like ourselves struggling, as this will be also hit over to the shortstop, and that will be a ground out, and the second out of this inning. Francisco Cervelli up to bat now, as he is looking at the first time batting against Sisk, and he will foul this one off. I'm not really prepared for a lot of strikeouts from our pitchers. I'm kind of hoping to see what we've been doing so far up to this point, and just getting ground outs and getting line drives, and just kind of slowly putting this game away, as Sisk is really doing great on his management. As that's going to be a base hit here, as that will be a single for the hitter. Now we have Cliff Pennington up to bat, who didn't really have that good of a season last year, and he's kind of hoping to have a rebound after this fantasy draft, as that will be a strike, as that's an 87-mile-an-hour fastball from Sisk. And that will be popped up, and that will be past the the second baseman and the right fielder, as this will be thrown home, and that will be a run for the Braves, and that will be now a 1-0 lead, as that is a triple for Chad Clifton. I don't think his name was Clifton. I think it was Cliff Pennington. But up to bat now, we have Adam Wainwright. Hopefully we can get our first strikeout against him, as he's going to hit this one hard towards the right fielder. That will be an out, as we are now going into the the bottom of the second, sorry, and we are down 1-0. Up to bat now, we have Alexis Tejada. So hopefully we can kind of get this going, as Wainwright will not allow a base hit, as that is a great play by the second baseman there for the first out of this inning, as that is yet another first pitch out. So up to bat now we have Alvaro Rodriguez. Today you can see the Brewers are displaying a nice putrid blue jersey, as Wainwright's going to get this popped up, and Blackman will be there for the catch, and that will be the second out of the bottom of the second inning. As you can see on the bottom there, Scooter Gennett is really kind of paying off as a late pick for the Mets, as he, I believe it said 3 for 3. He's having a 3 for 3 day with a home run and some RBIs. So up 6-1. That's going to be a low sinker there, as that will be a ball, making it a 1-0 count. You can see we're kind of starting to get towards the bottom of the lineup here, as it's a 2-0 count now. And this lineup is definitely likely to change. I would not count on it being set in stone, as this will be third baseman, and that will be the third out of the second inning for us. We now have Sisk on the mound again, who's having an overall pretty good game, as he doesn't really have that good of a defense. As they're going to call that a strike, and I was going to say they were going to call that a ball. So that's why that came off really weirdly. And that's an 0-1 count now, as this is going to be hit hard over to the right field, but the right fielder will be there, and he will make the first out of this third inning. Charlie Blackman's up to bat now, as if you can remember, he had a double in his last at-bat, and he was not able to score, which was really nice to see. That's going to be a line out there, and that will be the second out of this inning, as that is Chase Rocker on the catch. Up to bat now we have Jay Bruce, who did not get a hit in his last at-bat. And he's going to be swinging at the changeup there, and I was not expecting that, as that will be an 0-1 count. And that's going to be gone, as that is a no-doubter off of the bat of Jay Bruce, as that's going to be a home run, his first of the season, as that will put us down 2-0 now. That's exactly what I was worried about, was the power of his bat and being able to do that. Now up to bat we have Carlos Quentin, who did not reach base last time, and we are looking to keep it that way. As you can see there, Jay Bruce's home run reached 415 feet, as that is now an 0-1 count for Quentin. And this will be fouled off, and that will be a souvenir for one of the fans out there in the foul grounds. 0-2 count now, and that will be a ball, as that was mere inches away from being called strike 3 for Sisk's first strikeout. It's 1-2 now, and that will be fouled off, and that will be keeping it a 1-2 count. Sisk with the windup, and that's going to be fouled off yet again. 1-2 count now, and Sisk with the windup, and that's going to be his first career strikeout, as he gets him swinging and missing on that play. But if you remember, Jay Bruce still got that home run, which kind of outweighs the first career strikeout, as that will make it a 2-0 game going into the bottom of the third. So up to bat now we have, so far, probably our best performer, Tommy Sisk, up to bat now. As you can tell, Wainwright's really not going to be trying here, as he's going to swing and miss at that, and that is an 0-1 count for Sisk. Sisk is going to hit this over to third base, and just like that, that'll be a ground out for the first out of this third inning. As you can see here, we're playing the Braves for the next 2 days. We've got a day off, and then we're going to the Red Sox, and then we will be starting a series against the Phillies after that. To bat now, you have Darren Donald, and he is looking to get on base, as he's 0 for 1 on the day so far, as he will foul this one off, making it an 0-1 count. and he will hit this towards the shortstop, and that will be the second out of this inning. And just like that, we are looking at a three down inning, as Sardinius is up to bat now, as he is 1 for 1, as this is skied towards center but not deep at all, as Blackman will be there for the catch, making it the third out of this third inning, as we will be now going into the fourth. To bat now we have Adam Lind, who's 0 for 1 on the day so far, and we would like to keep it that way, as he's going to look at a fastball here, making it an 0-1 count. That's going to be hit over towards the first baseman, and that will be the first out, of the fourth inning. To bat now we have Chris Johnson, the third baseman for the Braves. And as you can see here, Tommy Sisk is having a good day. 40 pitches, 34 of them have been strikes, and 6 of them have been balls. You can now make that 7 of them have been balls out of 41 pitches. But still really good performance from him for an opening day starter. Obviously, we don't have the run support behind any of our pitchers at the moment. That'll definitely be something we need to work on. This is going to be hit over to the right fielder, as this is going to sky over his head, as I don't know what that animation was, as he's going to get to second base, but he will not go to third, as that will be a double for Chad Johnson.
The catcher, number 33, Francisco Cervelli.
After that, we have Francisco Cervelli up to bat, as that's going to be called a ball, as that is very questionable, as they had a little reader for Johnson there, and I didn't see it. This will be hit into center field, and that will likely drive in another run, and that will do just that, as that was not even close. As this is going to be bounced off the catcher, and the runner at first will advance to second, and this was all around just sloppy from us, as we shouldn't have even thrown home, as that is now a 3-0 game against us, with a runner at second with only 1 out. As this is going to be off the glove of the catcher, and that will be the runner advancing to third. And this is just not good from our catcher, as we need to see a little bit better catching and control from him, as that's now 2 bases that he's given up off of pass balls and just not being able to catch. 1-2 is the count now, as Sisk is going to get a windup here, as that will be fouled off, and keeping it a 1-2 count. And he will get this hit out to right field, as that will drive in yet another run, and just like that, that'll be a double. That's going to be a terribly thrown ball, but the first baseman will be there to prevent it from getting any worse, as this will now be a 4-0 game with a runner at second, and we are hoping to get a quick out here against Wainwright, as that's going to be a curveball for a strike, making it an 0-1 count. That will be hit foul from Wainwright, making it an 0-2 count. Wainwright is going to hit a deep foul ball. He's displaying some good hitting for a pitcher today, as this will be hit past the third baseman, as I don't know what happened there, as they will throw home, and he will make the catch this time, and we will now have a runner at first and third, as that will be Wainwright with the hit. We're looking at possibly winding down to the last few batters for Sisk, because they're starting to figure him out a little bit, as foul, and that will make it an 1-1 count, sorry. And that will be called strike, and a 1-2 count now for Sisk, and that will be hit towards the second baseman, and just like that, we might have a double play, and we will not. That will be over the second baseman's head, or the first baseman's head, as that was an error from our second baseman. That could have been a double play, but he rushed it, and that was just a very bad play to see, as we do get the 1 out, but he throws it way over Sardinia's head, and just like that, that'll be another run scored as we are down 5-0, as this has quickly started turning into not an opening day game that we would have liked to have seen. Sisk is going to get a foul ball here, and that will make it an 0-2 count. As you can see there, Sisk is starting to get a little tired, as this can potentially be his last game, as that will be fouled off, or his last inning of work. That will be fouled off yet again. Sisk is going to get another foul ball, and that will keep it a 0-2 count. This will be popped up for the left fielder, and he will make the catch out there for the final out of the inning. This was just an all-around sloppy inning from us, as that's not what we want to see. As we are now down 5-0, as hopefully we can get something going as Al Moss is up to bat. And real quickly, we're going to head on over to the bullpen. We're going to get Sandy Crump warmed up, and let's see who else here. Who has the best stamina? 22, 20, 22, 41. So it looks like, yeah, that's kind of our best option right now is Sandy Crump. Al Moss is up to bat now, who's 1 for 1 to start off this game, as he will foul this one off, as he's now 0-1 in the count. Sorry. As you can see here, Wainwright's only at 26 pitches. It looks like he can possibly go this whole game. This will be hit over to the right fielder, who does not have to move whatsoever for an out against Al Moss, who's now 1 for 2 on the day.
Now batting, third baseman, Dave Costanza.
Now we have Dave Costanza, who's, you can see there, is 0 for 1 today, as we thought he was going to get that hit, but in fact he did not. Wainwright is going to see a dribbler from him, and he's going to miss the ball there. So that's going to be a base hit here for Dave Costanza, unless they call that an error on Wainwright. But I really hope they don't. And they don't, and that's going to be Dave Costanzo's first ever Major League hit, and that's what we like to see. And with that, we have a runner at first with 1 out. It's up to bat now. We have Escobar, and that will be a ball, as he's now in the lead, 1-0 in the count. As you can see there, Braves are out hitting us 8-3 in this here ball game, as we are looking at a 5-0 deficit in the bottom of the 4th. And that will be fouled off by Escobar, making it a 1-1 count. And that's going to be a nasty curveball, as that's going to get a swing and a miss, making it a 1-2 count from the pitch from Wainwright. As Wainwright seems to have just kind of a great grip on this batting from us, and he just knows how to hit the spots and capitalize on every single pitch. Wainwright's in the lead now with the count. He's 1-2, as that will be a swing and a miss, as that will be a strikeout, as that is much easier for Wainwright to come across than it is for us. Now we have Alexis Tejada, who is 0 for 1 in this ball game, and hopefully that will change as we're looking at a base runner at first with 2 outs, as that will be past the first baseman, and that will be his first ever Major League career hit, and we will have runners at second and first now, as this is yet another chance for us to score some runs. It's up to bat now. We have our right fielder, Alvaro Rodriguez, who's 0 for 1 on the day so far, and we still have 2 outs, but we are definitely getting the best of Wainwright this inning, as that is hit towards the right fielder, and that will be over his head, as we are going to send the runner home, and there will be a runner now at first and third as we score our first run, as Rodriguez's first Major League hit comes with an RBI tagged on that as well, as we are now down 5-1 And up to bat now we have Charles Rocker, who if he can get his first ever hit, then we will be driving in a run for sure. As that will be a ball, as that will be a changeup from Wainwright. Rocker was definitely one of the last people that we picked in our draft, as that will be a cutter from Wainwright for a strike, making it a 1-1 count. Wainwright is definitely one of the better pitchers, as we are lucky to even score one off of him, as that will go right to the glove of the third baseman, and that will wrap up this inning. But we do get a run off of the first ever hit from Rodriguez, our right fielder, as we are now down 5-1, but still better than nothing. And up to bat we have Jay Bruce, and with that we will be taking out Sisk in his first ever game, as he did as the best he could, and we will be putting in Sandy Crump for his first appearance in a Brewers uniform, which also happens to be the first ever in his major league career, as that will be a ball. So we're seeing much more velocity from Crump than we did from Sisk, as that will be a strike for Crump. Bruce definitely had that home run and can display some power for sure against us, which is something we really want to look out for, as we're down. He's down 1-2, as he will pop this one up, and the second baseman will be there to make the catch for the first out. And that's what we want to see from Bruce. We want to be able to minimize the contact he can get on the ball. As Carlos Quinton is up to bat now, and I believe he's 0 for 2 on the day so far, and he's down 0-1 to start, and that will be lined to the third baseman, and that will be a catch for Costanzo, and that will make it a 2 out, or that will be the second out, sorry, for the top of the 5th inning. So Crump's now down 1-0 in the count here, and he will be getting that in there for a strike, making it a 1-1 count, as Crump is definitely showing off some velocity in this game, which is really good to see. As this will be weakly chopped to the first baseman, and he will have a hard time finding where that base is, and that will be an out at the end of the play, and that will make it the that will take us to the bottom of the 5th inning. And they want us to find a better hitter than Sandy Crump, but we will indeed let him hit, because he had a great outing, and I don't want to exactly take him out. And he's going to swing and miss at that changeup, as we're not expecting a base hit out of him, but definitely didn't want to take him out because of his stellar performance on defense. And he's going to foul this one off, as that probably would have been a ball had we just not swung at that. But instead it will be an 0-2 count. And this will be blooped over to the right field, and that will be caught by Jay Bruce, and that will make it the first out of the 5th inning. That now we have Darren Donald, the second baseman, who's 0 for 2 to start this game. Definitely off to a slower start, and he will look at a cutter there for a strike, making it an 0-1 count. Although Darren Donald hasn't really picked up the bat, definitely showed defensively why he's on this team. Over to the second baseman, and that will be a out, and that will be the second of this inning, as Donald just kept running, as he's already out into the right field, to the outfield. Is up to bat now. We have Pete Sardinias, as that's seemingly how you pronounce it, and he is 1 for 2 on the day so far. He's definitely looking to improve upon that, as that's hit towards the center field, and Blackman will make the catch, as he showed off his speed there, as that will be the final out of the 5th inning, as we will be going into the 6th. Chris Johnson's up to bat now. He's 1 for 2 with a double on the day so far. And right on top of that, as we can see, Crump is still in the game after that really good outing last time, as he will be looking at a fastball here that got away from him, as that will be a 1-0 count. That will be a called strike for Crump, and that will make it a 1-1 count. And that will be another ball here, making it a 2-1 count, as it looks like Crump is struggling a little bit on this pitching battle. As that's called a ball, as it's very questionable, as you can hear it from the fans now, as that just seemingly just did not sit well with the fans, as that's going to be a strike. And they're happy with that, as it's now a full count for Sandy Crump, as he really doesn't want to allow the first walk of the game. As this will be hit well and out towards center field, and this will be off the wall, as I thought that was going to be caught, but instead this is possibly just going to be an inside the park home run, and that indeed is what it will be, an inside the park home run, as you don't see those too often, but due to the lack of speed and the lack of arm strength out in center field, that is going to be a home run nonetheless. And we are now down 6-1. And Cervelli's up to bat now, and I believe he is 1 for 2 in this game. I think he got a base hit in his last at bat, as he's down 0-1 to start this one, as this is going to be hit well also, excuse me, as this is going to be a home run off of the bat of Cervelli, and that will make it a 7-1 game, as Crump's first inning was great, but this one definitely has not been up to par. As you can see here, Crump's getting a little tired, and he's down, or he's in the lead 0-1, but with that, he is now tied 1-1 in this at-bat. That's going to be a swing and a miss from a changeup. That is now 1-2 for this at-bat. That's going to be a low fastball, making the 2-2 count. So we've allowed 3 homers today, as this is going to be hit well also to the right field, and this will be off the wall, as Rodriguez could not get to it in time, as this will be just a double, and for some reason they didn't want to challenge that, as this will result in just a double. And with that, we will be having a mound visit, and let's go ahead and let's get Donahue warmed up, and we don't have a single lefty, do we? That is not good. And get Bucky Silva warmed up, as this is possibly going to be Crump's last at bat, or last inning, and that will be an out, as Wainwright will just try to do a sacrifice bunt, as he will advance the runner to third off of 1 out, and that will now be an 0-1 count for Crump, as he is showing some good stuff here, as he's going to get that ball there, which hopped off the mound, but he will get the out there. That is, as now Sisk and Crump have made really good defensive plays, as it is now a 1-0 count. And this will be hit hard towards the right field side, and Rodriguez will not be able to get there on time, as Blackman was trying to display a little bit of power, but he will not do that, as this will be instead hit towards the second baseman for the third and final out of this inning. And we do not allow that runner to come home, as instead it will be a 7-1 game going into the bottom of the 6th. To bat now, we have Al Moss, who's 1 for 2 in this game, as he will hit this towards the left fielder, and that will be a regular play for the left fielder, and that will now be the first out of this ball game. Bat now we have Dave Costanzo, who's 1 for 2, as he got a single in his last appearance at the plate, as he will hit this towards the third baseman, as that will be the second out of this inning, as it seems like this team just really cannot get anything going on offense for us. Escobar is up to bat now, as he will foul this one off, and that will be a 0-1 count. And this will be hit towards the right fielder, and that will be caught by Jay Bruce as he dove for that and made the catch. And just like that, that'll send us to the next inning, the 7th. And that's just another play that Jay Bruce has made against us. Has been really limiting what we can do, as he will be up to bat now, as we will be sending in Luke Donahue to pitch. And hopefully he can stop this offense, which has been absolutely electrifying all game. So that will be a ball, making it a 1-0 count. And that will be a strike, make it a 1-1, as Jay Bruce is just seemingly still comfortable in the batter's box over there. So that's going to be lined towards the first baseman, and that will be caught for an out, the first of the inning, as Jay Bruce was definitely not happy with that. As you can see, he was hoping that he could get past the first baseman. And that's going to be a low fastball there for a ball, making it a 1-1 count. Fouled off here, making it a 1-2 count. Donahue with the windup here, and he will be not striking out the batter, as that looked to be a strike, but the ump has been really all sorts of inconsistent today, as you can hear it from the fans again, as they are really unhappy with the call, as this will be fouled off on a full count, keeping it a full count. And that will be hit over towards the shortstop, who will get it, and he will throw to first for the out. And the fans are happy about that, as there's not really been much to be happy about this game. But indeed, they will be looking at 2 outs in this inning, as that will be a fastball by Donahue for the first strike of the at-bat. As that's going to be a swing and a miss from a curveball, as that is now 0-2. Donahue with the windup, and he will catch him looking for the final strikeout, or for the final out, which is a strikeout of the inning, as now we will be going into the bottom of the 7th. Now we have Alexis Tejada, who's 1 for 2 on the day so far, as he will be hitting this one, and that's going to be going deep, but Blackman will get there, and that will be the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning. To bat now we have Alvaro Rodriguez, who is a single and RBI to this point, which is kind of exactly what we want to see from some player. I feel like he's definitely kind of been our best player to this point, as that's going to be a swing and a miss from Rodriguez there, making it a 1-2 count. Wainwright's going to throw a cutter, that will be a ball, making it a 1-1 count. I feel like Sardinez and Rodriguez have kind of been our go-to players on defense and offense collectively. I mean, you have our second and shortstop, the second baseman and shortstop that have been kind of decent, you know, for us. But still, overall, we need a bat. Only having 2 bats in the whole game, that will be another out against Rodriguez. We need offense, as Charles Rocker will be up to bat now. As I was saying, he's our shortstop. He's 0 for 2. His defensive play has been really good, but again, with this bad of a team, we need both sides of the game, as that will be the final out of the inning. And with that, we will be going into the 8th inning, down 7-1. It looks like Donahue's in for yet another appearance, as this was what led to the downfall of Crump in that last inning. It's going to be a high fastball here, making it a 1-1 count. As this will be hit past his glove, and that will be a single. And with that, we will be... No. What are you doing? We will be taking out Donahue, as his day was pretty good. And we will be putting in Bucky Silva for his first appearance this season, as they're booing him in his home stadium as he dropped his glove, as that's already off to a bad start for him. He's coming out without his glove on. As you can see, the manager is really not happy with him to start, or just happy in general. And up to bat, we will be seeing Francisco Cervelli, who's 3 for 3. Definitely been a huge part as to why we are losing this game. As he's going to look at a called strike there, as that will make it an 0-1 count. And this will be skied high towards right field, and this will be caught, and that will be Rodriguez, who definitely has been showing that he's one of the better defensive players for us and better offensive players. So we are now looking at 1 out in this inning, and that will be a strike for Silva, making it a 0-1 count. So there's a runner at first, and that will be fouled off, and making it a 0-2 count. That will be a ball. So you can hear that the fans are also just getting really rowdy just with how this game is going. This is going to be skied over to right, and that will be fouled off, and that will make it, or keep it an 0-2 count. And that will be a low fastball in the dirt, and that will make it a 2-2 count. This will be popped up, and Rodriguez is giving chase, and he will get there, and that will be the second out of the 8th inning for us, as he will just throw it to the shortstop. It's bad. Now we have Adam Wainwright, who is 1 for 2, and we've already allowed a hit to the pitcher, as that will be a called strike, and making it an 0-1 count. As this will be hit up the line, as that's going to be another hit for Adam Wainwright, as we do not see this kind of a performance really ever from a pitcher, and he is 2 for 3 on the day, which is just kind of incredible to see from a pitcher. Eric Ivar is up to bat now, as he will pop this one up, and with that, that will be the final out of this inning, as we will be going into the bottom of the 8th now, as hopefully we can put on a run or two of some sort, as we desperately need it. As Bucky Silva will be coming out. Who do we want coming in? We will be putting in Andres Rodriguez for a pinch hit situation, and hopefully he can get a base hit of some sorts, as Silva will be coming out in that situation, as he will hit the ball, and that will bloop into left field, as that's going to be overthrown, but Wainwright will be there to catch it to prevent any extra base hitting, as Rodriguez is going to be getting his first major league hit. They're calling him a pitcher there, but I know that he's a second baseman, so that is not correct. As you can see, Wainwright is only 55 pitches into his day, which is just incredible. As Darren Donald's up to bat now, who is 0 for 3, as he's going to swing at a really outside the box pitch there, making it an 0-1 count. And that's going to be a called strike for 0-2 now, as this is not looking good for Darren Donald's first ever major league game, as he's going to foul this one off. And he's already had one mistake on the defensive side, so we really need to see a little bit more from him, as that's going to be called a ball, making it a 1-2 count. And to put it into perspective, the guy on first right now is his competition, And that is something Darren Donald has not been able to do all day, as he's going to swing and miss, and that will make him 0 for 4 for this game, as it's possible we might start Rodriguez at second next game, because we need offense in order to win. As Wainwright's going to throw a ball here to Sardinius, who's 1 for 3 on the day so far, and he's looking to make that a 2 for 4 day. And he will do just that, as that's going to get over the third baseman's head, and that will be a single. He is 2 for 4 on the day, and that will get runners at first and second, as he is having a great day, which is good to see from our first baseman. Up to bat now, we have Al Moss, who is also 1 for 3, and he's looking to maybe even get another base hit for some runs, as he will do just that, as we are going to get it over the first baseman's head, as we are going to advance the runner to home, and he will score, as that is a double. And just like that, we are down 7-2, as we are showing some offense already in this inning. As that was Al Moss, who's now 2 for 4, and he has an RBI under his name, which is also good to see from our center fielder. So up to bat now, we have Dave Costanzo, who is 1 for 3. It seems like all of our good hitters are 1 for 3, as he is looking to also get some runs on there, as that's going to be called a ball, making it a 1. We have runners at second and third right now, both in scoring position, so if we get another hit like the previous 2, we can potentially even get it up to 7-4 for a deficit, which for this offense is not something I would have expected. Is this going to be hit well over to Blackman, who will make the catch as they tagged up, and that will send the runner home, but they are calling him out because apparently he didn't tag, and that is not good to see from our base runners, as that will be the final out of this inning, which is very aggravating, as we will end up putting in a new pitcher. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and put in Corey Fernandez in the game for his first ever appearance. Fernandez is going to get the batter to hit towards first, and that will be Blackman, who will be grounding out. And that will be the first out of the top of the 9th inning. To bat now, we have Jay Bruce, who showed powers. That's going to be off of our pitcher's leg, as nobody knows really what the hell was going on there, as hopefully Fernandez will be okay, as it looks like he likely will be, because he wasn't limping or anything. But they're going to have the catcher go out there and look at him and talk with him for a little bit. But it seems like he will be okay, as long as he walks it out a little bit. And he will be okay to keep going, as that was a little worrisome to see off of the first hit from Jay Bruce. And that will be a ball, making it a 1-0 count. This will be hit towards center field, and that will be off of the glove of Moss, and Bruce will advance to third, and the runner will get to second, as that will be a double, as we still don't have an out yet, as that is Moss's 3rd error of the day. So I didn't know that. But he's definitely shown potential on the bat side of things, which is good. But if he can't put it together on defense, then we might have to look elsewhere for our center fielder. So that will be fouled off, and that will make it a 1-1 count. And that will be also fouled off, making it a 1-2 count. And this will be a ball, making it 2-2. And the batter that's up right now is 0 for 4. So we're kind of hoping to make him 0 for 5 in this game. But we don't know if that'll likely happen or not. It is now a 2-2 count here. And this will be a strikeout, as that's Fernandez's first of his career. And that will be an 0 for 5 day for Lind now, as this was a great pitch that Lind just did not see coming whatsoever, as that will now be the second out of the 9th inning. So up to bat, we have Chris Johnson, who's 3 for 4 with the home run, and I believe 2 doubles on the day so far, as that's going to be called strike, because it looks like Fernandez is starting to heat up a little bit out there on the mound, as that's going to be a ball. as the crowd really did not like that, as this ump has been calling a lot of questionable calls. As that will get past the base of the third, get past the glove of the third baseman, as they're going to run home, and that will be a a double RBI single, as Chad Johnson has just had a great day, as that will make it a 9-2 ball game, and that will be a called strike, making it a 0-1 count. And this will be popped up for our second baseman to catch it, and he will do just that, and that will give us 1/2 inning left to score 7 runs, or we will lose our first game of the season. And it looks like the manager will be coming out for the Braves, as they will be doing a double switch. As in comes Jared Burton, the 6'5", 225, 32-year-old relief pitcher for the first time this season, and he will be hopefully putting this game away for the save. Well, it wouldn't be a save opportunity because they're up by so much, but this will be Escobar at the plate, and this will be hit towards left, and that's going to be into the glove of the left fielder out there, as I thought that was going to out chase him a little bit. That will be the first out, as we are down to the last 2 of this ball game. Alexis Tejada's up to bat now, and he will swing at that fastball, and he will miss, as Tejada is 1 for 3 on the day so far, but he's definitely been responsible for a few runs to come across the plate, as he will swing at this, and that'll be fouled off, and that will be a 0-2 count now. 9-2 now, as he will swing and miss, and that will be a strikeout, the first for Burton on the season, and that will now be this will leave us with the final out, as Rodriguez is up to bat, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI today, and hopefully he can get on base, and he will hit it towards the left fielder, who will make the catch, and with that, that'll be the final out of the inning and the final out of the game, and that will put us at 0-1 for the day, as Wainwright just had an amazing day, as all he would allow is 2 runs for 8 innings, as we will lose. And Tommy Sisk is credited with the loss. As you can see there, Pete Sardinias was the top hitter. He was 2 for 4. And the Braves will take opening day on our turf, which is not exactly something we'd want to see, as Chris Johnson is going to be their top player, which is really kind of not surprising at all, seeing as how he kind of was responsible for the majority of their runs. Overall, I'd like to say, on our end, I really kind of liked how let's see, Rodriguez. He did pretty good. He was good defensively and good just kind of overall. I also kind of liked how Zach Moss played, even though he had 3 errors today, because he's 500 on the season now. Him and Sardinias are the only players who really have much of a bat. But other than that, there wasn't really too much to take away from this, other than we have some serious things to work out on defense and offense. With that, well, actually, I'm not going to end it quite yet. I'm going to exit the game, and I'm going to simulate the rest of this series, because I really don't want to play the Braves again. So let's go ahead and see if we take a game against them, which I doubt. If I can't even do it, then the computer most likely won't. Let's go ahead and simulate through the date. Lawrence Ramos sustained injury, fractured forearm. Let's go ahead and just leave it. We lose the rest of the series. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box score. We lose 8-1 the next game. Who was responsible for the 1 run? Let's see here. The RBI goes to Costanzo. Delgado started at left for us. Let's see. Early was our catcher. Who's our center fielder? I'm not seeing a center fielder. Oh, Moss, who's 1 for 4. Kind of a weak day overall. Let's see. View box score. We lost 5-0. That is rough. Not really a good day at all from anyone. I don't really feel like playing the series against Boston. Let's go ahead and just simulate through that as well. And Dave Costanzo, torn calf. We are just racking up injuries. Auto fix the lineups. Ricky Henderson. Jeez, everybody's just getting injured right now. Auto utilize. Robbie Spoon. A day or two, okay. Auto utilize. Alright, so we lost the series against Boston. 0-8, 2-4, 1-7, and 5-8 in the first game against Philly. So in the next episode, we will be taking on Philly in the second game of the series, and then hopefully we can get our first win, as Fisk's, I think, or not Fisk, Sisk's second game did not go well at all by the looks of it. Let's see here, pitching. Yeah, he only pitched 4 innings. He allowed 4 runs again. Just overall not that good. As Hap went 9 innings against us, and he had the win. So hopefully we can take the win against the Phillies in the next episode. And with that being said, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next one.